Hello. Welcome to Venture into Vimuros, a 5e campaign setting brought to you by Empress Sandbox. My name is Justin, but you may better know me as Reese. The following events originally transpired during a session lost to time and space. In other words, Josh's computer kind of corrupted the files, so now we're here and we're forced to improvise. Prepare to hear the ramblings of a handful of fun idiots. Prepare to venture into Vimuros.
Wait.
What's up to my half Mexican friend in France?
¿Cómo estás, wey?
Some hot Franglish going on.
Oh man, we're gonna get dropped from Apple Podcasts.
I don't see why.
Tim Apple's gonna find us.
Oh man, I'm so stoked to get in here. Oh yeah.
Okay, we are live on Twitch, and my internet is going 1,000,000% faster than last time we tried this. Okay, so, episode 2, you guys were in a hospital, recovering from collective acid damage across your whole bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And beginning of the episode, you guys had left the hospital where you had heard the 3 senators of Vimuros discussing their political plans. And you guys went to the Griffin Spring after this event. As you entered the Griffin Spring, the first thing we saw was Reese went to his kitchen because that's his safe place. Like, that's where he goes. That's your job. That's your job.
You got one job.
As you entered your kitchen, there was a skeletal rat who was initially assisting you, but being left alone had turned against you. And you looked at it, and you summoned...
Oh no, I think I went down right in that fight, and that breaks the...
Yeah.
That works, yeah.
It breaks the control.
That's what
I think also after 24 hours, if you don't recast it becomes just an evil, its own...
Right.
Yeah.
Skeleton.
Yeah.
Yep. So you went in there, and you saw just this... your kitchen's a wreck, and there's like this feral, angry skeleton rat. And you just look at it, and it is disintegrated with clerical magic.
Yes.
Or instead of disintegrating out, it just collapses from your magic.
Yeah.
And while you're cleaning up your kitchen and getting things orderly, the rest of the party meet a mountain dwarf by the name of Garen, and his whole deal is that he's one of the miners, a prospector, and he's obviously upset that the politicians here just talked about all the miners are going to get a decrease in wages. He starts raising some hell over politics, which who wants to talk about anyways? I can't remember really all your interaction with Garen.
It was very short. It was mostly him complaining. Yeah, him and Zanog.
Josiah was kind of trying to get him to calm down, go back to his kind of bouncer duties.
Ah, yes.
And just,
Well, I chilled Garen out.
He tried to pull out
his buddy.
Yeah.
I tried to pull out...
Yeah.
He tried to pull out his what?
Yeah.
You gonna finish that thought, or?
I was unable to stop him. He was a little too strong for me.
Yeah. So as Garen was just raising the emotions in this bar, and you guys were trying to settle it down-ish, you guys were taking action, whether you had the best outcome or not, you guys were taking action. And I don't know if it's an elf or a half-elf?
Half-elf.
As you guys were taking action, the half-elf Facile just noticed your guys' demeanor. He tried hiring you guys as overnight security guards over his storage facility. And
eventually, I think the negotiation was to use Barry. Like, Barry would be willing to do the work.
Barry was the first one to step up, yes. But
Yes. Yeah.
Just the way this guy carried himself, he was kind of like a
snobby boy.
He's egotistical
really,
and
Really, negotiations fell apart when he wouldn't tell me the names of his dogs.
Oh yeah, he had guard dogs.
Yeah, that's when negotiations fell apart. I mean, his name was Facile.
Because they were having issues with his store, because he basically runs a storage unit, from what I remember. Like,
yes, that's correct.
Tons of space property, and there were thefts occurring. And from the sound of it, there wasn't necessarily like a huge security like effort put into it. Is just the talks of random dog.
That was also one of the political movements that was going on, is because there was break-ins with different storage facilities. The tax from exports had went down, so that's part of the reason
he was benefiting.
Yeah, that's why Garen's wages were reduced, and he was all people that operate storage facilities. They no longer have to pay taxes and to put that money towards guardsmen or defenses. Yeah. And let me catch up on my notes for a second. Well, oh yes, you guys did not like this man because he's just, holier than thou, whatever. And you guys talk yourself out of the position he was trying to hire you for, and you said, just give it to Garen. He just lost his wages. He'll work for you. Like, you guys spoke on behalf of him because he was blacked out, drunk at this point.
That's right. And then Barry tried to get him down to like his room or something like that.
I fell down the
failed
stairs.
miserably. That's right.
I was about to get to that too.
It just like dawned on me as we're talking. I'm like, oh yeah, that happened.
That's what we're here for. This is a recap. That's how recaps go.
Barry was just so gracious as to carry Garen down by himself. I mean, Rosalind might have asked me to do it, but Barry was a saint.
He's a hell of a guy.
Nice.
One too many stairs.
Well, I think the plan was I was going to try and go incognito as Garen. That was the original plan once we got there, or we were going to at least stake out the place and kind of see what was going on.
So after Facile had okay, Garen, we'll do a test run anyways. He sketched up a map, just freehand sketched up a stupid map of how to get there, and you guys put it in the pocket of Garen. Sleight of hand style. It's actually you kept it for yourself. And at this part in the night at the bar, you guys were straight up planning to burn down this dude's house.
Oh yeah, full scale larceny.
He was an evocation wizard first. So
I believe I wrote that down too.
I think the reasoning behind it was that he was an asshole and down with the monarchy,
Yeah.
Still a good reason.
Viva la resistance.
I didn't know you spoke Spanish.
It's Franglish.
Oh man.
Isn't that an order at Starbucks? Franglish. Franglish venti, please.
The venti Franglish. Yeah.
So late into the night, after the Griffin Springs closes, Josiah's duties and Reese's duties are over, you guys decide to take action in the middle of the night, and you follow this hand-drawn map. Hand-drawn map. You guys.
Hand-drawn mail.
We got this letter.
He's right here.
I was just about to say-
Hand-drawn mail.
That's amazing. You guys start following the map, and you get hung up at the market square because you hear something. What was this you guys heard?
Rape. I'm going to be raped.
Yeah, I think it was
or something like that.
A lot of screaming of no and don't touch me or something like that.
Yeah. I believe it was Josiah that had the good enough vision.
Mm-hmm. I crit failed at hearing
or at
anything.
Least
I was oblivious.
Yeah.
I'm the one who heard it at the very least.
Yeah. I was gonna say
everybody heard the carts crashing around, like the physical part of it, but only some of you caught the lines that are being said.
Yeah.
So
if I was a good player, I would have wrote down what they said, but
you pretty much had it. So in my notes, I have the party gets just close enough to the noise that some of you see a beautiful woman trying to escape a man's grasp, and Josiah is able to discern that this is a police officer / guardsman.
Doing a bad thing.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say
Gonna have
somebody
his
saw the
way.
tattoo. Someone saw the tattoo
brand.
mark of like
Yeah.
Brand,
the
yeah.
brand,
Yep.
yeah,
Somebody else saw
of a
the
sexual deviant.
the prison brand of a rapist.
Yeah.
And they didn't really do a background check on the guy. The police force just hires anybody, I guess.
Oh man. There will be a trigger warning before this episode.
Is it Josiah? Someone's got some splaining to do.
So this man and woman, they're kind of just keeping just out of your sight because they're moving and she's trying to get away and he's chasing her down and eventually he pins her against a cart and he knocks down a whole shopping cart or a wagon.
Mhm.
What do I want to call this?
I
A
think we said
wagon.
like a wagon.
Or
wagons, yeah.
Appropriate.
That works. But after they tumble on the ground, you guys are finally able to get up and see what's happening.
Yeah, he got devoured. Opened up like damn zipper.
Yeah, that'll happen sometimes. So you finally
Not
get,
that way.
Yeah.
so you finally
I'm
get
glad it was him.
yeah, so you finally get caught up to this situation that you guys are all able to clearly see. This is a policeman sexually assaulting a woman, violently trying to take advantage of her.
Or so we thought.
So you thought.
We
Damn
thought
our
wrong.
good nature.
As you approach to presumably help out the woman, you see her begin to transform with her arms and legs stretching, her neck growing at a longer length, and just the sound of her bones creaking and moving, and she's morphing into a creature that is fit for nightmares. Her face opens up, her jaw, Joker style.
Unhinges. Yeah.
Yeah, her jaw opens all the way up, and her mouth goes all the way down past her shoulder blades, where her whole torso is opening up now. And she gulps up this rapist and eats them all up in one go. And with you guys now in the picture approaching her, she sees you also as assailants at this time.
I just realized we basically fought a fucked up Kirby.
It's like a person mimic. It's like a mimic of a human or humanoid.
That's a good way to look
Whatever.
at it. For visual sake, that's definitely a good way to see
Yeah.
this creature.
Mhm.
She eats the man in one crunchy gulp. Is what I wrote down.
Mmm.
Nice.
It was super gross.
What do you guys remember about the combat?
I remember I hit her with the green witch bolt that lit up the area with the green. I remember
Yeah,
that.
and you were keeping up the concentration like each round. You were just zapping.
Yeah.
But that
I was in her
uh,
mouth like half the time.
Yeah, I remember. I remember trying to get. I remember trying
That
to
is
get like
definitely
position.
not how Barry likes his women.
Yeah. Yeah, like she was like kind of swiping at I think Josiah and myself at one point. We were able to kind of back up, reposition.
You
Barry,
did the little trickster thing. You cloned yourself and like.
yeah, I did like a little
Yeah.
image, like just like a little, illusion image of me, duplicate, and then I know at one point Barry was getting really like chewed up,
Yeah,
like
he was
literally.
getting his. I think he got a haircut. Remember, because he like
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
yeah,
was getting munched on the head.
and
Oh,
I just remember myself at that point, Reese running over and
Putting himself in the
going
home
in. Yeah, he just kind of went in and like for the first time, kind of actually produced like a necrotic, like damaging
Yeah.
spell, which I know did a lot of damage to it. It was like 26 or 27 or something like that necrotic damage.
Yeah.
And then I remember she got really fucking pissed and just like was just at that point like, I'm fucking taking you out at that point.
Yeah, she ripped your arm off.
Yeah, she was chewing.
Technically, she
Chewing on me.
ripped it all. I chopped
Do you
it
want to take
off.
credit for it?
Not really, but
But yeah, against Reese's previous better judgment of just kind of keeping his nose to the ground and all that stuff, just
Yeah.
kind of dove into to help out Barry, and
Well, if I
yeah,
remember
got a real
right,
taste, got a real
because-
taste of combat.
If I remember right, it's because it started out with her coming down on me and you pretty hard, We
Yeah.
finally got away.
We
and then
backed
Barry
off.
came in.
Barry took over. So we were kind of like taking shifts, basically, of
Yeah.
trying to aggro this thing.
And Zanog just held down the damage over time on her.
Yeah, and I was trying to distract with the little clone, but it was not having it. It was going straight for Barry. So at that point, had to dive in, get my hands dirty.
Hand.
Yeah. Well, one of them got really dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing, each of you were attacked, I believe, except Zanog. I don't believe he
Correct.
received an attack. And
Nope.
each one of you had to make Constitution saves.
That is
Yep.
correct as well.
And,
I got
The
poisoned.
poison, right?
yep, as far as we know at the end of that episode, Josiah's the only one that didn't clear this poison.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That is true.
COVID-19.
COVID-19.
Oh.
I cauterized Reese's bleeding arm
You
with
did.
a banana blade.
Yeah.
you did.
I
That's
did.
right.
Yeah,
You just
forgot about
smushed
that.
it. You just
I
did.
smushed
I was
it
like-
into the nub.
And then he woke up for a little bit. I was like, "Don't panic."
I just picture like, it's okay, don't panic. As you peel like the disgusting banana, like the sword is like the blade. At that point.
green flame blade
Yeah.
banana.
It's okay. I've
And then
done
we
this
rushed.
before.
Then we rushed him back to rushed Reese back to the Griffin.
Yeah, we
Spring.
chose to ditch
Yeah.
the mission and go back.
Yeah,
Nice.
when the lady was
'Cause we're-
like,
'cause we're gonna come
I
back
don't wanna
later."
Die.
Yeah,
I want to kill people. I don't want to die.
we can always commit. We can always commit arson later.
Exactly.
First degree grand larceny.
Hmm.
Next session.
Next time. Well, maybe 2 more sessions, because you still gotta get recent arm.
We'll
We do have to get Reese an arm.
we'll Grand Theft Auto. We'll just steal a cart.
Nice. I'm gonna take a minute and read aloud the stuff I wrote down. You guys
Sure.
probably covered everything, but at the start of combat, Barry, like a barbarian, fronts the attack. He becomes entangled in this creature's stretched out limbs as she attempts to consume him next. Reese cannot allow this to happen, and he strikes her with an attack strong enough to divert her attention to him rather than Barry. Reese's protector mode has been activated.
Nice.
The good and bad news for this is that the plan works.
Too well.
Yep. Reese is now the center of her bloodthirsty attacks. Just moments into pulling her off of Barry, Reese is brought down and is getting eaten.
Mhm.
The mutant woman's mouth is just getting around his arm as Zanog releases a sickly green witch's bolt. Josiah fires hot lead and Barry swings his mighty axe, all to save Reese. This surge of everyone's abilities working together weakens her enough to scare her away. In her retreat, she brings Reese's arm with her. Rather than pressing forward to commit first-degree arson, let me redo that.
Yeah, arson. We're going back to France.
Premeditated.
arson.
I was not ready. Yeah, prededitated. Prededitated arson. Okay. Rather than pressing forward to commit first-degree arson, our party takes Reese back to Rosalind, the same one who helped have Josiah's arm replaced with forged parts. While everyone is in this mindset of getting back to Rosalind, the man who's actually carrying Reese he missed that part of the plan, and he keeps pressing forward towards the hospital.
Right. Like, what are you doing? This way.
To be fair, it makes sense.
No, it's
Too many
definitely the most logical thing, and everybody corrects him like like you're in the wrong.
He's the crazy one. Yeah.
We don't have health insurance.
Clearly,
Reese, that.
so clearly asked too many questions.
Nice.
We live in Vimuros. Oh my god.
And that's everything I typed, and maybe everything I hand wrote down.
Pretty much what we got to.
Yeah.
There was like a couple interactions at the Griffin Spring, but
Yeah, I remember I had sat down. I had sat down and started like flipping through my flesh spell book, like it's
Yeah.
like floating on top of the bar top, and I'm
yes.
like doing some
And I literally just like
research.
threw him up on
and
top of the bar.
No one knew what the hell this thing was. Like everyone's kind of intelligence.
Yeah, Arcana checks were fucking
Arcana
awful.
checks are garbage.
I made a post about it on
Yeah.
Instagram. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, can someone tell us what this is?
Arcana checks were awful, and Instagram didn't even help.
We did forget to mention something. At the very beginning of the episode, Reese and Zanog had a talk about necromancy, and if Reese was to die, what Zanog would do.
Right, yeah.
Hardcore foreshadowing
That's
for
amazing.
what happens now.
Yeah.
I did say I'd bring you back. It's like, but it wouldn't be the same.
That's awesome.
You'd only listen to me.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's where we left off.
Very good. Next week, we'll be back to our normal sessions. Next week, we'll probably start off with that tail end of you guys getting to the Griffin Spring.
Busting through the door.
Yeah, we'll probably just start off with like, Barry, stop running. We're here.
Come back.
So we'll probably pick up from there.
Okay.
Cool, man. I'm getting excited.
Nice.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
I've been excited for a whole month and a half.
Yeah.
Same.
Thank you for listening to episode 3 of Venture into Vimuros. We apologize once more for the technical difficulties and that this is just a recap episode. This current series is DM'd by me, Joshua McGee. Reese is played by Justin Evanowskis. Barry is played by Austin Fettner. Zanog is played by Alex Gonzalez. And Josiah Great Barrel is played by Jacob Ivy. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next time without technical difficulties. Alright, so that is officially all the D&D talk that's in this episode, but if you want to hang out for the next 4 minutes, you'll get a taste of what it's like to be on stream with us. So, yeah, either skip to the next episode and get some more D&D in your life, or hang out for 4 minutes and get a taste. I'm going to redo this whole thing. Or, like, fuck me and just leave the bad take in there. Whatever.
I was trying the following Sunday that would have been our next session or something like that.
All right.
I was like, I literally got discharged from the hospital the second time that I went, and I was like getting ready to go, and then that was in the computer dumped out, and I'm like, it's okay, it worked out because I was really not feeling super great,
Right.
so it worked out. But I was like, I'll take enough Percocet to get myself through this. I was Reese is gonna be out of it, and I'm gonna actually be out of it as well. So here we go.
Look, man, we can. I'm sure we can figure out how to get you kidney stones again if you really want to be in that mind.
Go fuck yourself. I literally had all of them removed. I don't want to put more back in there now.
Well, did they give them back at least?
No, they're sending them off to be analyzed.
Could you imagine going to the doctor and being like, "Hey, I want to put these in here. Just don't put them back."
Just
I liked
shove it
them
up,
in there.
just shove it up my dick hole.
I just feel like a
He
piece
miss-
of me is
he
missing
misses-
now.
You
Yeah,
think
he
it
misses
hurts
the
going out.
intimacy.
That's awesome.
Cool. It's really not.
It'll be
It's really not.
It's an incredibly painful experience. It was the worst experience of my life.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, speaking
think
of
about it this way: you could have lost an arm.
Well, I almost lost a kidney.
Oh, shit.
At least I have 2, so it works out.
arms or kidneys?
Both, but if I
Speaking
had
of
to choose.
Speaking of being in painful situations, I caught on fire on Friday.
Oh shit! That's why you're sick.
That definitely didn't help. I was already sick. I was welding in an awkward position, and the liquid iron rolled down my fire resistant shirt.
Oh god!
Somebody lied.
Oh man!
That's where
He's Iron Man.
God.
That's where it started. Yeah, I got 2nd-degree burns up there. That's where it started. Then it rolled down.
Ow.
Then it rolled down to like the top of my belly, and then it rolled down to the side of my belly. Then it landed on my lap, and then it finally I finally got it all the way off me because I was in an awkward position. So I had to like adjust my whole body forever. That's what it felt like.
Ouch.
I usually wear an undershirt, a long sleeve shirt, and then my fire resistant clothes. And all 3 layers were on fire, like right in my face. I'm like, I'm glad I stopped growing a beard because my whole face would have fucking my whole head.
Yeah.
But it would have been gone, man.
If I would have been like,
Man,
what's the Marvel character? Ghost Rider?
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad I shaved because I would have been Ghost Rider. So yeah, my chest was on fire. And when I finally got that piece of metal to fall out, it was like the size of a pea, like a singular pea.
Oh my god, man.
That's all it takes.
It's liquid.
What the fuck are you supposed to do with a fire resistant shirt that's not fire resistant?
Yeah.
Like, what? Hello?
Well, I know when steel is hot enough to turn red, that is 1,000 degrees. And when it's hot enough to be liquid, which is what welding is, that it's 3,000 degrees. So
there's nothing stopping that.
When it initially hit me, it was at 3. It cools off rapidly because it's so small and surface area to whatever its mass. But when it hit me, it was probably just under 3,000 degrees. It was liquid when it splashed on me.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I caught on fire immediately. That's it.
Insane.
That's my story.
That's insane.
I'm more like, do you have any like burns or anything? Like, I would assume you would, right? Something that hot goes through.
Yeah, no, I immediately got.
I took a few more sacrifices this week.
You can't just say that on stream and not explain it afterwards.